Hello, welcome back to the channel. Thank you for tuning in. So I'm on a long run today, probably a 10 mile, 16k. It's going to be a nice bit of a fartlek run, so pretty much steezy run with a few bursts in between. Give the legs a chance to recover a little bit, take over into week 3 now of half marathon training. So today we're going to cover how to be your own runner. We're all guilty of it. We all run, and then when we go on Strava or anywhere else, we're always comparing ourselves. And I'm guilty of it myself. So you compare yourself to someone else, someone you know, or someone who you think is similar age to you. And yeah, we end up comparing ourselves to them and trying to match up against them, etc. When we shouldn't really do that. So get a bit more run done, and I'll dive into how, especially as beginner runners, we shouldn't really compare to anybody else other than ourselves, and how we should become our own runner in our own right, and how that'll help you when you're running in the long term. So get a bit of a run done, I'll check back in. Yeah, so it's something we're all guilty of. I've done it myself in the past a lot. We end up going on Strava and we're looking at other people and seeing how fast they can run and how far they can run, and look at their heart rates, and you seem infinitely fitter than you or anybody else. And that often demotivates you, and you don't think you can ever get to where they are. But again, we've got to remind ourselves that running is you versus you. There's no one else to compete against, really. I know in races, obviously there's places, first, second, third, whatever. But best thing we can do, especially as newer runners or beginners or those just starting out, yeah, look where we started from. And if you've been running for a little bit of time, then you can compare yourself back to where you started from. See how far you've kind of come. Have you gone quicker? Can you run further now? And that's all the positives we can take from it. There's no benefit really in trying to compare yourself to someone else. You've got completely different genetics. They're probably running for much longer than you, much more intensely. They might have been running from a younger age, etc. So it's like comparing yourself to a racehorse. It's absolutely pointless. So and I recently found a quote. I've never come across it before, but it kind of resonated with me. Yeah, I can't remember the quote, who wrote the quote, but I'll put it on the screen. And it's, yeah, don't compare your beginning with someone else's middle or end. And yeah, it kind of resonated with me that, like I say, often as new runners, we start off and then we're looking at people that have run for 5-10 years or more, and they're much further ahead down the process than you are right now. Doesn't mean you can't get there. If you want to get there, you can get there, but you're just starting out, so there's no point comparing yourself to someone who's further down the line. Yeah, so I go back to it, just compare yourself to yourself, look at your own Strava or your own stats, and look at distance travelled in terms of when you started out to where you are now. Like I say, I can compare myself to people that run faster than me, and that'll get me a bit downhearted maybe, thinking, oh, I want to get to where they are, but I can do if I keep working. Yeah, me as an untrained runner, I generally run a 5k in about 30 minutes when untrained, and for years I can only get down to 25. And now I'm running around 20-minute 5ks, but it took time and persistence and consistency, so everyone can get to wherever they want to get to. I've recently read a book called Bounce, which was written by an international table tennis player. It's a really interesting book. But basically it removes all the myths about talent, that people are born talented or with better genetics. It's all about hard work, and if you put the effort in, you can get to wherever you want to get to. The author, like I said, was an international table tennis player, and he himself openly admits that if certain things hadn't been in place and he hadn't been playing table tennis for so long, he wouldn't have got to the level he got to. So it's all about hard work. But yeah, don't compare yourself to anybody else. Yeah, as I say, it's an unfair comparison when you're starting out. Just get the runs in, keep your head down, keep going, look at yourself and look at your own stats, compare yourself to that. That'll be much more productive, much more beneficial and much more motivational. So get this run finished, I'll check in at the end. So yeah, so just to summarise guys, run finished. Like I said, you don't compare yourself to anybody else, just compare yourself to yourself. Running is after all you versus you. And then that quote, don't compare your beginning to other people's middle and end, which is basically what we're doing when we're looking at other people running. We don't know how long they've been running for, what their goals are. Some people can run really fast 5Ks but aren't particularly good at marathons, and some people can run really fast marathons but aren't particularly good at short stuff. It's all irrelevant, to be fair. Everyone's got their own aims and ambitions, and everyone's got their own strengths and weaknesses. So as a runner, just compare yourself to yourself. Like I said, look at how far you've travelled in terms of from the beginning to where you are now. That'll motivate you in terms of the progress you've made already, and there's more progress to be made if you wish to make it. You've just got to keep going, stay consistent, keep running, keep working hard, and like I said, the progress will come naturally. Just as an example, me myself, when I came back to running, or when I started out running, and then obviously when I came back again years later, my kind of fastest pace at the time was about 5 minutes per k. I couldn't run anything quicker than that, so a 5k, 5 minutes per k was my fastest time I could run. So a 25-minute 5k was my PB for a long time, and then now today, obviously years later, it's took a couple of years of work and progress, but I've now just ran a 17k at roughly that pace, and it felt fairly easy to me at this point in time. So that's not me boasting or anything. There's people that can run far faster than that, but I'm just saying it just opens your eyes to the fact that what you think is your maximum, if you just keep chipping away, incremental steps and benefits and little progress, little bits of progress over time, you can go from one and it ends up looking like a massive jump in terms of where you can get to. I would never have dreamt in a million years a couple of years ago that I could just run the pace I'm running now and make them feel as easy as they are. It's not come naturally, it's not come easily, and it's been a lot of time and a lot of work and a lot of effort, but it's well worth it if that's what you want to do as a runner. This video is just to kind of open your eyes to that. Like I said, we're all guilty of it. I myself have done it myself. I've compared myself to other people, and it's, like I said, there's no positives to it whatsoever. It just demotivates you. Even if you look at someone that runs slower than you, again, there's no benefit to that either. Again, they may be starting out, they maybe have different ambitions to you. They might just be running recreationally, they don't want to get any faster. Actually, it's all relative to the individual. So this is a bit of an overview vlog just in terms of mistakes I've made, but like I said, I try to now run as myself, as my own person, as my own runner. In a race, I don't look at anybody else overtaking me or behind me. I just look at what I want to do and try and hit that goal. That's how I get far more enjoyment out of my running now, find more positivity in my running, and hopefully that continues for many more years. I've got lots of ambitions in terms of getting faster and going further, and again, I won't be looking at anybody else in terms of how I'm going to try and reach their goals. I'm going to try and reach my own goals and set my own targets, and I believe that's what everyone else should do. So that's just my opinion. As always, thank you for watching. If you're still watching all the way through to the end of this video, again, I do appreciate it. If you've not subscribed yet, consider hitting the button. We're continuing to grow. I'm in the week 3 now of half marathon training for Chester Half Marathon 2023. My legs felt a bit leggy towards the end of that run then, 17k, so probably a day or two's rest, and then I'll get back into my third run of the week. I did a nice solid 10k at the start of the week to get the week going, so maybe that's why it's the after effects of that. Weather was a bit changeable as well today, but yeah, as always, thank you for watching. Like I said, I'll drop my recap video at the end of the week, probably on Sunday and Monday, just to recap this week as a whole, how it's gone. Went to week 3 of a 14-15 week block for Chester. But yeah, so as always, thank you for watching. Hopefully your running's going well. Keep on going, get through this last bit of winter. Hopefully we'll hit some spring soon, and we'll see everyone on the next one.